Hello, everyone. I want to talk to you today about something very important. Hunger. Not the hunger for food, but the hunger for success, growth, and greatness. If you want to achieve something extraordinary in life, you have to stay hungry. You cannot become complacent. You cannot settle for good enough. You must always push forward, keep striving, and refuse to be satisfied with mediocrity. The world is full of people who were capable, but not willing to stay hungry. They gave up too soon. They stopped fighting. But the difference between those who succeed and those who fail is hunger. The fire that keeps you moving when everything seems impossible. Hunger is what makes you study harder, train longer, and go the extra mile. Hunger is what makes you get up at 4 a.m. while others are sleeping. Hunger is what makes you take risks while others play it safe. You have to remember, talent is not enough. Hard work is not enough. Desire is not enough. What sets the successful apart is the relentless hunger to improve, to win, to achieve what others say is impossible. You have to stay hungry even when you've achieved some level of success, because the moment you stop, someone hungrier than you will pass you by. So today, I challenge you to embrace hunger, not as a burden, but as a gift. Let it fuel your actions, guide your decision, and push you toward your dream. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and never ever lose that hunger, because hunger is the engine of greatness. Without it, nothing extraordinary is possible. Hunger is one of those words that seems simple on the surface, but when you really dive into it, it carries a depth and weight that most people never fully understand. It's not just a desire, it's a fire, a driving force that pushes a person forward when everything else seems like it's holding them back. You see, hunger is more than a fleeting wish or the momentary longing for success. Hunger is a continuous, relentless force that shapes the decisions we make, the effort we put in, and ultimately the trajectory of our lives. Hunger is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who merely exist in the shadows of their potential. To truly grasp the power of hunger, you have to understand that it is not something that can be turned on and off. It's not like a switch where you wake up one day feeling motivated and the next day feeling lazy. Hunger is cultivated through experience, through struggle, and through a deep understanding of what it feels like to want something so badly that you can almost taste it. Hunger begins with recognition. You have to first acknowledge what it is you truly want in life. You have to look deep inside yourself and identify the areas where you feel unfulfilled. There is a void that only your effort can fill. Hunger is born out of that recognition, the understanding that what you currently have is not enough. It is not about comparing yourself to others or feeling jealous of someone else's success. It is about facing yourself, facing your reality, and realizing that you are capable of more than what you have allowed yourself to experience so far. This is where hunger begins, in that quiet, often uncomfortable space where you confront your own limitation and decide that they will not define you. Once hunger takes root, it transforms your mindset. You start to see the world differently. Opportunities become clearer, challenges become tests, and setbacks become lessons. When you are truly hungry, failure is not a reason to stop. It's a reason to try harder. Hunger fuels persistence in a way that mere ambition cannot. Ambition might get someone started, but hunger keeps them going when the journey becomes difficult, when the hours are long, and when the obstacles seem insurmountable. Hunger is what gets you out of bed at 5 in the morning to train while others sleep. What makes you work late into the night while others relax? What drives you to study, practice, and improve relentlessly? Hunger is what makes the difference between someone who dreams and someone who achieves Hunger also requires sacrifice. You cannot stay hungry without giving something up. You cannot pursue greatness while holding on to comfort and convenience. Hunger demands that you prioritize your goals over temporary pleasures, that you delay gratification, and that you embrace discipline as a non-negotiable part of your life. This doesn't mean that life becomes miserable. It means that your life is aligned with purpose, that every action you take is a step toward the fulfillment of your deepest desires. Hunger teaches you to make choices that serve your vision, to invest your time and energy in what truly matters, and to eliminate distractions that weaken your focus. It is through these sacrifices that hunger grows stronger, becoming an unyielding force that cannot be ignored or silenced. Another important aspect of hunger is resilience. Life will test you. It will challenge you in ways that seem unfair or overwhelming. But when you are hungry, those challenges are not deterrents. They are opportunities to prove to yourself that your hunger is real. Hunger builds character because it forces you to confront adversity head on. It teaches you that setbacks are temporary and that persistence will eventually yield results. A hungry person does not quit when the path gets rough. They adjust, they adapt, and they find a way forward. Hunger is not about waiting for the perfect conditions. It is about creating results in the midst of chaos and uncertainty. The hungrier you are, the less you tolerate excuses, and the more you push beyond what others believe is possible. Hunger is also contagious. When you are truly hungry, it influences the people around you. Your energy, your commitment, your refusal to accept mediocrity inspires others to raise their standards. Hunger attracts like-minded individuals who share your vision and your drive. It builds a culture of excellence wherever it is present, because people are drawn to those who refuse to settle, who strive relentlessly, and who demand more from themselves and from life. Hunger is a force that transcends the individual. It creates momentum that can impact teams, communities, and entire industries. It is the reason why some people rise above their circumstances while others remain stuck. Because hunger is a multiplier, it amplifies our focus and impact. Importantly, hunger is not static. It must be nurtured and maintained, because the moment you become complacent, the moment you start feeling satisfied, hunger begins to fade. Staying hungry requires a mindset of constant growth. It requires reflection, self-assessment, and a refusal to accept comfort as the end goal. It is not enough to achieve a single victory and rest on your laurels. Hunger drives you to the next challenge, the next milestone, the next opportunity to test your limits. It is the understanding that life is a journey of continuous improvement and that the pursuit of greatness is never complete. Staying hungry means embracing a lifelong commitment to learning, evolving, and striving toward your fullest potential. Finally, hunger is deeply personal. It cannot be defined by society, by other people's expectations, or by superficial measures of success. Hunger comes from within, from a deeply rooted desire to fulfill your purpose, to leave a legacy, and to live a life that is aligned with your true capabilities. It is the relentless voice inside that whispers, you are capable of more, even when the world doubts you. It is what separates those who are ordinary from those who are extraordinary, because it drives every action, every choice, and every decision toward the pursuit of something meaningful. Hunger is not about achieving for recognition. It is about achieving because your soul demands it. So when we talk about hunger, we are talking about a mindset, a lifestyle, and a way of approaching life that demands more of yourself than anyone else ever could. It is a refusal to accept limitations, a commitment to relentless growth, and a drive that never wanes even in the face of adversity. Hunger is the fuel of champions, the engine of innovators, and the heartbeat of anyone who aspires to greatness. Without hunger, potential is wasted, dreams are left unrealized, and life becomes a shadow of what it could be. But with hunger, every obstacle becomes an opportunity, every failure becomes a lesson, and every day becomes a chance to move closer to the extraordinary life you were meant to live. Hunger is not just a desire, it is the fire that will carry you through the hardest battles, the voice that will push you when others give up, and the force that will ultimately define who you are and what you achieve in this world. Hunger is the difference between mediocrity and excellence. Hunger is the difference between giving up and going all in. Hunger is the difference between surviving and thriving. It is the relentless pursuit of more, the refusal to settle, and the unwavering commitment to your highest potential. If you want to achieve greatness, you must embrace hunger. You must let it consume you, guide you, and drive you forward. You have to wake up every day with that fire inside, knowing that nothing is enough unless you are still pushing, still striving, still hungry. Hunger is not just part of success. It is the foundation of it, the heartbeat of achievement, and the essence of what it means to live a life without limits. Complacency is a silent killer. It creeps into your life slowly, almost imperceptibly. And before you know it, it has wrapped its arms around your ambitions, your potential, and your dreams. The danger of complacency is that it feels comfortable, it feels safe. It feels like you've made it enough to settle. But let me tell you this. The moment you settle, the moment you start feeling satisfied with mediocrity, you stop growing. You stop evolving. you stop reaching. Complacency is the enemy of greatness because it convinces you that your current state is good enough, when in reality, it is only the starting point of what you could achieve if you refuse to settle. It whispers in your ear that effort isn't necessary anymore, that progress can slow down, and that dreams can wait. And the truth is, anyone who listens to that voice is already losing. Complacency often masquerades as contentment. People think that being content is a positive state. And in many ways it can be, but there is a huge difference between being content with your achievements and being complacent about your potential. Contentment allows you to appreciate what you have, but complacency convinces you that you have done enough. It is the dangerous belief that what you have achieved is sufficient, and it stops you from striving for more. The problem with complacency is that it creates stagnation. The moment you stop pushing yourself, others continue moving forward. You may have reached a certain level of success, but someone hungrier, someone more driven will overtake you because they refuse to rest, refuse to settle, and refuse to believe that good enough is acceptable. Complacency is a slow fade into mediocrity, and mediocrity is the enemy of anyone who wants to leave a mark on this world. To overcome complacency, you must cultivate awareness. You have to constantly evaluate where you are versus where you could be. This requires honesty because complacency is subtle and can be easy to ignore. You have to ask yourself, am I doing everything I can to maximize my potential? Am I stretching myself beyond my comfort zone, or have I settled into a routine that feels safe but unchallenging? Are my actions aligned with my ultimate goals, or am I performing just enough to get by? These questions are crucial because complacency thrives in unexamined lives. When you stop reflecting on your progress and stop challenging yourself, you allow complacency to set in, and it becomes a barrier that is nearly invisible until it has done significant damage. Another key point about complacency is that it often disguises itself as success. You might have reached a milestone, achieved recognition, or secured stability in your life, and suddenly you believe that this is as far as you need to go. But the reality is that no milestone is a finish line. Every achievement is a stepping stone to the next level. And if you fail to recognize that, you trap yourself in a cycle of mediocrity. Complacency makes you satisfied with your past achievements while ignoring the potential for future growth. It keeps you comfortable in the present while the world continues to evolve around you. In a rapidly changing world, complacency is equivalent to falling behind. Those who cling to enough while others keep pushing are inevitably left in the dust. Complacency also affects mindset. A complacent person begins to rationalize laziness and excuses. They start telling themselves that effort is optional, that challenges are burdens, and that they deserve comfort without continued struggle. This is dangerous because mindset shapes behavior, and behavior determines results. Once your mind adopts a complacent attitude, your actions will follow. You will stop taking initiative, stop pushing boundaries, and stop seeking opportunities to grow. Your talents, no matter how extraordinary, will be wasted if you do not continue to apply yourself relentlessly. Complacency is not simply a lack of effort. It is the erosion of potential, the slow surrender to average, and the quiet acceptance of mediocrity. The antidote to complacency is hunger. Hunger is the relentless drive that refuses to settle, the fire that pushes you to keep moving, even when you have achieved some level of success. Hunger forces you to acknowledge that no matter how far you've come, there is always further to go. It motivates you to continue learning, growing, and challenging yourself. To overcome complacency, you must cultivate a mindset of constant improvement, a refusal to rest on your laurels, and an awareness that the journey toward greatness never ends. It is not enough to achieve once. You must continue to achieve, to evolve, and to push beyond what you thought was possible. Hunger keeps you moving when comfort tempts you to stop. Complacency is also closely tied to fear. Fear of failure, fear of change, fear of stepping outside your comfort zone. All of these contribute to a sense of a good enough that stops progress. People often stay complacent because it feels safer than taking risks or facing uncertainty. But growth and greatness never come from safety. They come from challenge, struggle, and the willingness to do what others won't. Complacency is a form of self-protection that ultimately limits your life. By confronting fear head on and refusing to settle, you build resilience and strength, and you ensure that your potential is not wasted. Complacency cannot survive in the presence of courage and determination. Furthermore, complacency robs you of purpose. When you stop striving, you stop living with intention. Life becomes routine, predictable, and uninspired. The fire that once drove you toward your goals diminishes, and you begin to drift. Without the drive to improve, your talents stagnate, your ambitions fade, and your dreams remain unfulfilled. Complacency replaces vision with routine and reduces the extraordinary potential inside you to something ordinary and forgettable. If you want to live a life of impact, you must resist the seductive comfort of complacency and commit to continuous growth, learning, and challenge. Finally, complacency is not something that can be defeated once and forgotten. It is a constant battle. Every day presents new temptations to settle, to rest, and to accept mediocrity. You must remain vigilant, constantly challenging yourself to go further, to push harder, and to embrace discomfort as the path to greatness. You must surround yourself with people who are equally ambitious, who refuse to settle, and who inspire you to keep moving forward. Complacency cannot survive in an environment of drive, discipline, and hunger. Complacency is a choice. You can choose to let comfort dictate your actions, or you can choose to remain hungry, ambitious, and relentless. You can choose to rest on what you've achieved, or you can push forward to what is still possible. Those who succeed in life are not necessarily the most talented, the most fortunate, or the most intelligent. They are the ones who refuse to settle, the ones who refuse complacency, and the ones who continue striving even when the path is difficult. Complacency is the enemy, but awareness, hunger, and relentless effort are the antidotes. So, when you feel satisfied, when you feel like what you have is enough, stop and think. Are you being content or are you being complacent? Are you truly pushing yourself, or have you allowed comfort to replace ambition? Life will not wait for you, and opportunities do not linger for those who rest too long. To achieve greatness, you must fight complacency every single day. Embrace discomfort, challenge yourself relentlessly, and refuse to accept a good enough. Complacency is the enemy of progress, and the only way to defeat it is to stay hungry, stay focused, and stay committed to the pursuit of your highest potential. Persistence is one of the most powerful forces a human being can harness. It is the engine that drives progress, the fuel that keeps you moving when everything seems impossible, and the unwavering commitment that separates those who achieve greatness from those who quit too soon. Persistence is not about occasional effort. It is about relentless, consistent action taken day after day, even when motivation fades, even when obstacles pile up, and even when the results you hope for seem distant or unattainable. True persistence is born from a combination of hunger, vision, and the refusal to allow temporary setbacks to define your journey. Persistence begins with mindset. You have to understand that failure is not the end, it's part of the process. Life is full of challenges, obstacles, and moments when it seems like nothing is working in your favor. But it is during these moments that persistence becomes essential. A person who persists does not allow difficulties to deter them. They see setbacks as temporary, as lessons, as opportunities to grow stronger. Every obstacle becomes a chance to test their resolve. Every failure a stepping stone, and every rejection a signal to push harder. Persistence is the ability to continue moving forward when giving up seems easier, when doubt creeps in, and when the comfort of quitting tempts you. Persistence is also about vision. When you have a clear understanding of what you want to achieve, it becomes much easier to persist. To persist. Vision acts as a guiding light, reminding you why the struggle is worth it. Without vision, effort can feel aimless, and obstacles can feel insurmountable. But when your goals are vivid in your mind, when you can see yourself achieving them in detail, persistence becomes natural. Every action you take, no matter how small, contributes to that vision. It keeps you moving forward, even when the path is difficult, because you know what lies ahead is worth the effort. Persistence is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be, and vision gives you the clarity to keep building that bridge, plank by plank. One of the greatest aspects of persistence is its cumulative effect. Small, consistent actions repeated over time create momentum. People often underestimate the power of consistency, believing that success requires monumental leaps or sudden breakthroughs. The truth is, persistence is the slow, steady grind that compounds over time. Every extra hour of practice, every additional effort to improve. Those who persist accumulate experience, knowledge, and skills that others who give up too soon will never acquire. Persistence allows you to outlast, outlearn, and outperform because it creates a foundation that no shortcut or talent alone can replace. Persistence also demands resilience. Life is unpredictable, and challenges are inevitable. The path to success is rarely smooth, and it's in those rough, uncomfortable moments that persistence proves its value. A persistent person does not crumble under pressure. They adapt, they adjust, and they keep moving forward. They understand that setbacks are temporary, and that perseverance through difficulty strengthens character, builds confidence, and deepens resolve. Resilience and persistence are intertwined because the ability to bounce back from adversity fuels your continued efforts. Every time you rise after a fall, every time you keep moving when others stop, you reinforce the habit of persistence. Persistence is often misunderstood as sheer stubbornness or blind effort. True persistence is strategic. It is about learning from mistakes, analyzing failures, and adjusting your approach while maintaining the commitment to your goal. It is not about repeating the same action expecting a different result. It is about refining, improving, and innovating while staying the course. Persistence means refusing to give up, but also being smart about how you pursue your objectives. It is a blend of endurance, intelligence, and adaptability. Those who master this combination are unstoppable because they keep progressing even when obstacles appear insurmountable. Persistence also requires emotional discipline. It is easy to give up when you feel discouraged, overwhelmed, or exhausted. Motivation fluctuates, but persistence requires going beyond feelings and relying on discipline. It is waking up every day and taking action regardless of mood or circumstance. Discipline transforms persistence from a fleeting effort into a habit, and habit becomes the foundation for long-term success. A persistent person does not wait for the perfect moment. They create the perfect moment by taking consistent steps forward. Another critical aspect of persistence, patience. Results often do not appear immediately, and the human tendency is to expect quick rewards. But persistence teaches us that growth, success, and achievement take time. Patience is the ability to maintain effort and focus while waiting for results. It is the understanding that each small step repeated consistently builds towards something significant. Patience and persistence work together. Persistence fuels the effort, and patience sustains the commitment until the effort pays off. Those who give up too soon often fail not because they lack ability, but because they lack the patience to see the process through. Persistence also inspires those around you. When others witness your unwavering commitment, it motivates them to elevate their own standards. Persistent individuals create an energy that attracts support, opportunity, and collaboration. People want to be associated with those who refuse to quit, who pursue their goals relentlessly, and who embody resilience. Persistence does not only benefit the individual, it has a ripple effect that influences teams, organizations, and communities. Your commitment to push forward becomes a beacon of possibility, showing others that obstacles can be overcome and goals can be achieved. Importantly, persistence teaches self-trust. When you persist through difficulty, you build confidence in your abilities, in your judgment, and in your capacity to overcome challenges. Every time you refuse to quit, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your fears, more capable than your doubts, and more resilient than you realized. This self-trust becomes a powerful motivator because it reinforces the belief that you can handle whatever life throws your way. Persistence builds not only external results, but internal strength. And this combination becomes the foundation for long-term achievement. Persistence is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Talent, opportunity, and luck all play roles in success, but without persistence, they are wasted. A talented person who gives up too soon will never reach their potential. An opportunity missed due to lack of effort or follow through is forever lost. Persistence is what ensures that you capitalize on talent, seize opportunities, and transform dreams into reality. It is the glue that holds vision, effort, and ambition together, turning potential into measurable success. Ultimately, persistence is a mindset, a commitment, and a lifestyle. It is the refusal to let temporary setbacks, fear, doubt, or discomfort dictate your path. It is the daily choice to take action, to push forward, and to remain steadfast even when the world seems to conspire against you. Persistence is not easy. It requires hunger, resilience, patience, discipline, and strategy. But it is the single most reliable predictor of success because it ensures that no matter the challenge, you will keep moving, keep striving, and keep progressing. If you want to achieve greatness, persistence is non-negotiable. You must commit to the process, embrace the struggle, maintain effort even when results are delayed. You must cultivate resilience to overcome setbacks, intelligence to adjust strategies, and discipline to act consistently. You must have patience to allow your efforts to compound over time, and you must maintain the mindset that quitting is never an option. Persistence is not about luck or timing. It is about enduring until the results manifest. Persistence is what turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. It is the difference between giving up after failure and pressing on until success arrives. It is the reason why some people overcome tremendous obstacles and others remain stuck in the same place. Persistence is relentless, consistent, strategic, and disciplined action toward a clearly defined goal. It is fueled by hunger, guided by vision, strengthened by resilience, and sustained by patience. Those who persist discover that nothing can stop them. No obstacle is too great and no challenge is insurmountable. Persistence is not just an action. It is a commitment to never let temporary difficulties define your future. It is a choice to keep moving, learning, and striving until your goals are achieved. Persistence is what allows dreams to become reality, potential to become performance, and effort to become excellence. It is the heartbeat of achievement, the engine of progress, and the foundation of greatness. If you embrace persistence, you embrace the power to overcome, to succeed, and to create a life that reflects your highest potential. Vision is one of the most powerful tools a person can possess. It is the ability to see beyond the present moment, to imagine possibilities that others cannot, and to chart a course toward a future that aligns with your deepest desires and potential. Vision is not simply dreaming. It's a clear and vivid understanding of what you want to achieve and who you want to become. Without vision, effort becomes aimless, motivation fades, and the challenges of life can easily derail you. Vision gives purpose to action, direction to ambition, and meaning to struggle. It is the map that guides every step you take, ensuring that your energy is not wasted on things that do not bring you close to your goals. Vision begins with clarity. You must take the time to define what success looks like for you, not what society says it should be, not what others expect of you, but what truly matters to your heart and your purpose. Clarity and vision allows you to distinguish between what is important and what is irrelevant. It focuses your energy on the actions that will yield results and helps you avoid distractions that slow your progress. When you have a clear vision, you are less likely to be swayed by temporary setbacks, criticism, or doubts because you know exactly where you are headed and why that destination is worth the effort. A strong vision fuels persistence. Without a compelling vision, it is easy to give up when challenges arise. Obstacles, failures, and setbacks are inevitable in any meaningful pursuit, but vision provides a reason to keep going. It acts as a lighthouse during storms, guiding you through uncertainty and giving you the strength to endure hardship. When you can see the outcome you desire, even in your mind, it becomes easier to remain committed to the process, to take consistent action, and to persist when others might abandon their goals. Vision transforms struggle into stepping stones and adversity into an opportunity for growth. Vision also inspires creativity and innovation. When you have a clear picture of where you want to go, your mind begins to search for ways to reach that destination. Challenges no longer seem like barriers. They become puzzles to solve, problems to overcome, and opportunities to innovate. Vision encourages thinking beyond conventional limits, pushing you to explore strategies, methods, and solutions that others might overlook. It sparks ingenuity because the desire to achieve something significant requires a willingness to adapt, experiment, and find new paths when old ones are blocked. Those with a strong vision are not limited by obstacles. They are propelled by them to create new possibilities. Having vision requires courage. To see a future that is bigger than your present reality is not easy. It demands the bravery to imagine something different, to dream beyond your current circumstances, and to take actions that may feel risky or uncomfortable. Vision challenges the status quo and asks you to confront fear, doubt, and uncertainty. It requires the willingness to step out of your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. Without courage, vision remains a vague idea, a fleeting thought that never translates into action. But with courage, vision becomes a driving force that motivates you to move forward even when the path is unclear. Vision is closely tied to goal setting. A clear vision allows you to break down your ultimate objective into smaller, achievable steps. It creates a roadmap for success, outlining the actions, milestones, and strategies needed to turn dreams into reality. Without vision, goals can feel random, disconnected, or insignificant. With vision, every goal becomes a piece of a larger puzzle, a step that moves you closer to the life you want to build. Vision gives context to effort and provides a framework within which persistence, discipline, and hard work can thrive. It ensures that your actions are not just busy work, but meaningful contributions toward a larger purpose. Vision also cultivates resilience. When you are focused on a compelling future, setbacks lose their power to derail you. Challenges become temporary obstacles rather than insurmountable barriers. Vision provides perspective, reminding you that the difficulties of today are part of a larger journey toward something meaningful. It helps you maintain focus, adapt strategies when necessary, and continue moving forward even when progress seems slow. Those who lack vision often become discouraged by temporary failures. But those with vision understand that every setback is a lesson and every delay is an opportunity to strengthen their approach. Furthermore, vision attracts support and opportunity. People are naturally drawn to those who have a clear sense of purpose and direction. When you can articulate your vision with passion and clarity, it inspires others to believe in you and support your journey. Opportunities that align with your vision begin to present themselves. Doors open that might otherwise remain closed. And collaborations and partnerships emerge naturally. Vision acts like a magnet, bringing resources, allies, and experiences that help you move closer to your goals. The clarity of your vision communicates confidence and determination, and others are drawn to that energy because it signals focus, confidence, and potential. Vision is also a tool for self-discipline. When you know exactly where you are going, it becomes easier to resist distractions, temptation, and short-term pleasures that do not serve your ultimate goal. Vision provides a sense of urgency and purpose, reminding you that every action should align with your larger plan. It helps you prioritize, make difficult choices, and invest your time and energy wisely. Without vision, it is easy to drift through life, reacting to circumstances instead of proactively shaping your future. With vision, you take control of your life, making deliberate choices that move you closer to the outcomes you desire. Importantly, vision is dynamic. It is not a static image or a rigid plan. It evolves as you grow, learn, and encounter new experiences. A strong vision adapts to changing circumstances, incorporates new insights, and remains flexible without losing focus on the ultimate objective. Vision requires reflection, assessment, and sometimes recalibration, ensuring that your actions remain aligned with your evolving goals. Those who cling rigidly to a vision without adapting risk stagnation, while those who embrace a flexible, evolving vision maintain momentum, creativity, and relevance. Vision also strengthens self-belief. When you can see yourself achieving something significant, your confidence grows. You begin to trust in your ability to navigate challenges, make decisions, and overcome obstacles. Vision reinforces the idea that you are capable of more than your current circumstances suggest, and that your potential is not limited by the opinions of others or temporary setbacks. This belief in yourself becomes a powerful motivator, fueling persistence, discipline, and courage. Those with strong vision act decisively because they trust that their path is meaningful and achievable. Vision inspires action. A vision without action is just a dream, but a vision combined with consistent effort creates reality. When your vision is clear, you are compelled to act, to move forward even when it is difficult, and to invest time and energy into building the life you imagine. Vision transforms ideas into plans, plans into strategies, and strategies into tangible results. It bridges the gap between imagination and execution, ensuring that your potential is realized rather than wasted. Every decision, every effort, and every sacrifice is guided by the vision you hold, making your journey purposeful and intentional. Finally, vision gives meaning to struggle. Life is full of challenges, hardships, and moments of doubt. Without vision, these experiences can feel pointless or discouraging. With vision, every difficulty gains significance because it becomes part of a larger story, a story of growth, achievement, and transformation. Vision reminds you that the struggle is temporary and that the destination is worth the effort. It gives context to sacrifice, fuels perseverance, and turns adversity into opportunity. Those who maintain vision in the face of challenges are the ones who ultimately achieve greatness because they see beyond the present moment and understand the power of long-term focus. Vision is the compass that guides every step of your journey. It transforms effort into progress, challenges into opportunities, and dreams into reality. It fuels persistence, inspires creativity, builds resilience, and strengthens self-belief. Vision attracts resources, support, and opportunities while providing the clarity and discipline needed to stay on course. It evolves with you, adapts to circumstances, and ensures that your actions remain meaningful and aligned with your ultimate purpose. Without vision, effort is scattered, goals are unclear, and potential is wasted. With vision, every action becomes intentional, every challenge becomes surmountable, and every day brings you closer to the life you are meant to live. Vision is not optional for those who aspire to greatness. It is essential. It is the foundation upon which success is built, the guiding light through uncertainty, and the force that transforms dreams into achievements. To cultivate vision, you must reflect deeply on what matters most. Imagine a future that excites and motivates you, and commit to aligning your daily actions with that vision. Vision is not just about seeing the destination. It is about taking deliberate steps toward it, fueled by clarity, courage, and persistence. It is the roadmap, the compass, and the motivation that makes extraordinary achievement possible. Hard work is one of the cornerstones of success, yet it is often misunderstood, underestimated, or even avoided by many. Hard work is not simply the act of showing up. It is the consistent, deliberate effort to push beyond your limits, to refine your skill, and to take action toward meaningful goals day after day. It is the willingness to do what others are unwilling to do, to stay committed even when motivation fades, and to embrace the discomfort and challenges that come with striving for excellence. Hard work is not glamour. It does not always receive recognition or reward immediately, but it is the foundation upon which all achievement is built. And those who master it unlock doors that others can only dream of opening. Hard work begins with mindset. You have to recognize that nothing worth achieving comes easily. Success, growth, and fulfillment require effort, persistence, and resilience. It's not enough to have talent, intelligence, or ambition if these qualities are not paired with the willingness to work tirelessly. Hard work demands that you take responsibility for your results, that you refuse to blame circumstances, luck, or other people for your situation, and that you commit to putting in the effort necessary to achieve your goals. It is a mindset that values action over excuses and effort over convenience. The beauty of hard work is that it compounds over time. Every extra hour you invest, every additional step you take, every ounce of effort you apply builds toward long-term results. People often underestimate the cumulative effect of consistent hard work, believing that success comes from sudden breakthroughs rather than daily dedication. The reality is that those who work diligently and persistently outpace those who rely solely on talent or hope for luck. Hard work builds skill, strengthens character, and prepares you for opportunities that you may not even yet see. The person who works harder today is better positioned to capitalize on tomorrow's possibilities. Hard work also requires sacrifice. You cannot expect extraordinary results while clinging to comfort and convenience. To achieve greatness, you must be willing to give up short-term pleasures, to delay gratification, and to prioritize your long-term goals over temporary satisfaction. This may mean waking up earlier than others, staying late to practice, studying when your friends are relaxing, or making difficult choices that others avoid. Sacrifice is not a punishment. is the price of excellence, and hard work is the currency that pays for it. Every sacrifice you make strengthens your commitment, reinforces your discipline, and brings you closer to your vision. Another essential aspect of hard work is resilience. Life is unpredictable, and challenges are inevitable. The path to achievement is rarely smooth, and obstacles are part of the journey. Hard work is not about avoiding difficulties. It is about facing them head on and continuing to move forward. Resilience and hard work are intertwined because persistence through adversity strengthens both your skills and your character. Every setback becomes a lesson, every failure an opportunity to learn, and every moment of discomfort a chance to grow stronger. Those who embrace hard work understand that effort through struggle is what separates temporary success from lasting achievement. Hard work also requires focus and discipline. It's easy to be busy without being productive, to fill your day with activity without moving closer to your goals. True hard work is intentional. It is directed, purposeful, and aligned with your ultimate objectives. Discipline allows you to prioritize the actions that matter most, eliminate distractions, and maintain consistent effort over time. Focus ensures that your energy is applied efficiently so that every hour, every task, and every decision contributes meaningfully to your success. Hard work without focus is scattered energy. Hard work with focus becomes unstoppable momentum. Moreover, hard work builds confidence and self-trust. When you commit to giving your best effort consistently, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you imagine. Each completed task, each milestone reached, and each challenge overcome reinforces your belief in your abilities. This self-trust becomes a powerful motivator, fueling further effort and enabling you to tackle increasingly difficult goals. Hard work creates a cycle. Effort produces results, results build confidence, confidence fuels more effort, and sustained effort leads to extraordinary achievement. Hard work also inspires those around you. When others witness your dedication, your discipline, and your refusal to settle, it motivates them to raise their standards. Hard work creates a culture of excellence, attracting people who are equally committed and driven. It encourages collaboration, respect, and shared ambition because people are drawn to those who refuse to take shortcuts, who push boundaries, and who embody perseverance. Hard work is not only transformative for the individual, it has a ripple effect that elevates teams, community, and organizations. It is important to recognize that hard work alone is not always enough. Hard work must be paired with strategy, vision, and learning. Effort without direction can lead to exhaustion without progress. Smart hard work involves setting clear goals, prioritizing tasks, and continually refining your approach based on feedback and results. It is about working not just harder, but smarter, ensuring that your effort is toward meaningful outcomes. The combination of hard work, strategic thinking, and continuous learning maximizes results and accelerates growth. Hard work also develops character. It teaches patience, humility, and perseverance. It cultivates grit, the ability to keep going when circumstances are difficult and the rewards are not immediate. Hard work fosters resilience, integrity, and the discipline to stay committed even when the process is uncomfortable or challenging. Those who embrace hard work understand that the journey itself shapes them as much as the destination. The challenges faced and overcome through effort strengthen not only skills, but also the inner resolve needed for long-term success. Additionally, hard work is a differentiator. In a world where many people seek shortcuts, quick fixes, and easy solutions, those who are willing to put in the effort stand out. Hard work signals commitment, reliability, and excellence. It builds a reputation that attracts opportunities, recognition, and trust. Talent alone is not enough. Dedication and effort elevate individuals above their peers. Those who embrace hard work consistently outperform those who rely solely on natural ability or luck. Hard work is what transforms potential into performance and ambition into accomplishment. Hard work also teaches humility. It reminds you that success is earned, not given. Every achievement, no matter how significant, is the result of consistent effort, sacrifice, and perseverance. This understanding fosters gratitude, respect for the process, and appreciation for the opportunities that come your way. Humility keeps you grounded even as you achieve, reinforcing the importance of continued effort and lifelong learning. Those who combine hard work with humility maintain the drive to keep improving, no matter how much they have accomplished. Importantly, hard work is not temporary. It is a lifestyle. Success is not a one-time event, and achievement requires ongoing effort. To maintain progress, to continue growing, and to achieve sustained excellence, hard work must be a habit, not a phase. It requires consistency, commitment, and the understanding that there is always room for improvement. Those who work hard as a lifestyle outlast those who work hard sporadically, and they reap rewards that compound over time. The discipline, resilience, and focus developed through sustained effort become lifelong assets that enable continued achievement. Hard work also empowers you. It gives you control over your life and your results. While circumstances, luck, and opportunity play roles in success, effort is something you can control fully. Your dedication, persistence, and commitment determine how far you go and how much you achieve. Hard work creates independence because it builds the skills, confidence, and resilience needed to navigate life's challenges. Those who embrace hard work understand that their future is largely in their own hand, and they take responsibility for shaping it. Ultimately, hard work is the bridge between dreams and reality. Talent, intelligence, and ambition may open doors, but hard work ensures that you walk through them and make the most of the opportunities you encounter. It turns ideas into action, plans into results, and potential into achievement. Hard work is not about immediate recognition or reward. It is about consistent, deliberate effort over time that produces lasting results. It is the habit of showing up, pushing forward, and refusing to settle for anything less than your best. Hard work is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It is the difference between mediocrity and excellence, between giving up and going all in, between surviving and thriving. It is the fuel that powers persistence, the foundation that supports vision, and the engine that drives growth. Without hard work, talent is wasted, potential is unrealized, and dreams remain just that, dreams. But with hard work, every action, every effort, and every sacrifice compounds into achievement, creating a life that reflects your highest potential. Hard work is not easy, but is non-negotiable for those who aspire to greatness. It demands discipline, resilience, focus, and sacrifice. It requires embracing discomfort, pushing beyond limits, and committing to consistent effort regardless of circumstances. Hard work shapes character, builds confidence, and ensures that potential is realized. It is the path to achievement, the gateway to opportunity, and the hallmark of those who refuse to settle. Sacrifice is an essential component of success, yet it is often misunderstood and undervalued. True success rarely comes without giving up something along the way. Sacrifice means prioritizing your goals and vision over temporary comfort, pleasure, or convenience. It requires discipline, foresight, and the courage to endure hardship for the sake of achieving something greater than the momentary satisfaction of ease. Those who succeed understand that every choice carries a cost, and every opportunity requires a commitment to give more than they take. Sacrifice is not punishment. It is the investment necessary to transform dreams into reality. Sacrifice begins with clarity of purpose. When you understand what you want and why you want, and you are better able to identify what you are willing to give up to achieve it. Without clarity, sacrifice can feel random, unnecessary, or frustrating. But with a defined vision, every sacrifice becomes a deliberate step toward a meaningful objective. Purpose gives context to your choices and transforms temporary discomfort into a strategic action. Sacrifice is easier to embrace when you recognize it as a pathway, not a burden, a necessary investment in the life you desire. Sacrifice is often uncomfortable, and that discomfort is part of its value. Growth and achievement rarely occur in the comfort zone. To achieve greatness, you must be willing to endure the things that others avoid. Long hours, tough decisions, and the delayed gratification of temporary rewards. Sacrifice challenges you to rise above laziness, distraction, and complacency. It strengthens discipline and teaches the ability to delay immediate pleasure in favor of long-term fulfillment. Those who embrace sacrifice understand that the struggle itself builds character, resilience, and strength that cannot be gained through ease or shortcuts. The nature of sacrifice is both physical and mental. Physical sacrifice may involve long hours of work, less sleep, or giving up leisure activities to dedicate time and energy to your goals. Mental sacrifice involves overcoming fear, doubt, and the internal resistance to discomfort. It requires discipline to stay focused when your mind urges you to quit, to resist temptations that pull you away from your objectives, and to maintain commitment when results are not immediately visible. Sacrifice is holistic. It engages your mind, body, and spirit to align with the pursuit of something meaningful. Sacrifice is often misunderstood as suffering without reward. In reality, it is the conscious choice to invest in a future that is greater than the present. It is the willingness to endure temporary pain for permanent gain. Many people fail to achieve their potential because they are unwilling to sacrifice what is easy today for what is extraordinary tomorrow. They choose comfort over challenge, convenience over growth, and immediate satisfaction over long-term fulfillment. Sacrifice is the differentiator between those who settle for mediocrity and those who achieve greatness. Sacrifice also requires courage. It takes bravery to give up the familiar, to step away from comfort, and to pursue goals that demand uncertainty and risk. Sacrifice may mean leaving behind old habits, unhealthy relationships, or unproductive routines to make room for growth and opportunity. Courage allows you to embrace discomfort, face challenges head-on, and remain committed to your vision despite fear, doubt, or external pressure. Those who succeed are often those who demonstrate the courage to sacrifice what is convenient for what is significant. Another critical aspect of sacrifice is consistency. Sacrifice is not a one-time event. It is a continual practice. Every day presents opportunities to choose what aligns with your vision over what aligns with comfort. Success is rarely the result of a single sacrifice. It is the accumulation of countless choices made consistently that compounds into achievement. Consistent sacrifice builds momentum, reinforces discipline, and develops the mental toughness required to persevere through obstacles. The people who achieve lasting success are those who embrace ongoing sacrifice as part of their lifestyle, not as an occasional effort. Sacrifice is closely tied to discipline. Discipline is the framework that allows you to make deliberate choices, prioritize your goals, and resist temptation. Sacrifice without discipline can become inconsistent or misguided, and discipline without sacrifice lacks purpose and depth. Together, they create a powerful combination. Discipline ensures that you follow through, and sacrifice ensures that your follow through is meaningful. Those who cultivate both are capable of extraordinary achievement because they consistently invest effort and resources in ways that align with their long-term objectives. Sacrifice is also a test of commitment. The willingness to give up comfort, convenience, and temporary pleasures demonstrates how deeply you are investing in your goals. True commitment is measured not by your words, but by the choices you make when faced with competing desires. Every decision to sacrifice reinforces your dedication and strengthens your ability to persist in the face of difficulty. Commitment and sacrifice are inseparable. One cannot exist fully without the other. Those who achieve greatness understand that the depth of their sacrifices reflects the seriousness of their intention. Sacrifice teaches patience. The results of giving up short-term comfort for long-term gain are rarely immediate. Sacrifice requires the ability to delay gratification and trust that your efforts will eventually pay off. This patience builds resilience and reinforces the mindset necessary to endure challenges without losing focus or motivation. It is through sacrifice that you learn to value the journey as much as the destination, understanding that meaningful success is rarely instant and that every choice matters along the path. Sacrifice also strengthens focus. By consciously choosing what to give up, you eliminate distractions that might divert your attention from your goals. Every sacrifice you make allows you to direct more time, energy, and resources toward what truly matters. This clarity of focus increases efficiency, enhances productivity, and ensures that your actions are aligned with your vision. Those who embrace sacrifice are often more disciplined, more committed, and more capable of achieving results than those who cling to convenience or comfort. Sacrifice impacts not only personal achievement, but also relationships and influence. People are drawn to those who demonstrate dedication, selflessness, and a commitment to excellence. Sacrifice communicates integrity, determination, and the ability to prioritize long-term success over immediate gratification. It sets an example for others, inspires action, and attracts like-minded individuals who share similar values and ambition. Sacrifice is contagious in the sense that it motivates others to elevate their standards and commit more fully to their own goals. Furthermore, sacrifice fosters resilience and mental toughness. Life is full of challenges, and those who refuse to make sacrifices often struggle to persevere when difficulty arises. Sacrifice trains you to endure discomfort, adapt to adversity, and maintain focus on what matters most. It teaches that temporary pain is necessary for permanent growth, that setbacks are part of the process, and that the willingness to give up something now can create tremendous opportunities in the future. Resilience built through sacrifice is invaluable because it allows you to navigate life's unpredictability with confidence and determination. Sacrifice is not about giving up everything. It is about making intentional choices that align with your highest priorities. It requires discernment, wisdom, and self-awareness to identify which things are worth sacrificing and which are not. The most effective sacrifices are those that bring you closer to your vision without undermining your well-being, relationships, or values. Sacrifice is strategic. It is purposeful, deliberate, and aligned with long-term goals rather than random or reactive. Ultimately, sacrifice is a cornerstone of achievement. It is the willingness to endure discomfort, delay gratification, and make deliberate choices for something greater than the present moment. It shapes character, builds resilience, and reinforces discipline. Sacrifice distinguishes those who dream from those who achieve, separating mediocrity from excellence. It is the conscious investment of time, energy, and resources in ways that ensure meaningful results. Those who embrace sacrifice understand that every choice matters and that the cost of success is worth paying. Sacrifice is a mindset, a practice, and a lifestyle. It is about consistently choosing long-term gain over short-term ease, enduring challenges in pursuit of your vision, and maintaining focus and discipline in the face of temptation. It is not comfortable, it is not easy, and it is not always recognized, but it is necessary. Those who understand and embrace sacrifice unlock the potential to achieve greatness, leaving behind mediocrity and creating a life defined by purpose, achievement, and impact. Sacrifice is the bridge between dreams and reality. It transforms desire into action, potential into performance, and vision into accomplishment. It requires courage, discipline, patience, focus, and strategic thinking. Without sacrifice, talent, ambition, and opportunity remain unrealized. With sacrifice, every choice, every effort, and every challenge contributes to the creation of a meaningful and successful life. Those who master the art of sacrifice develop the resilience, determination, and commitment necessary to overcome obstacles, seize opportunity, and achieve lasting success. Focus is one of the most critical elements of achievement, yet it is often overlooked or undervalued in a world full of distraction. Focus is the ability to direct your attention, energy, and effort toward what truly matters, while eliminating or minimizing everything that does not serve your ultimate goals. It is the skill of concentrating on a single task or objective with intensity and discipline, even when the environment, your mind, or other people are pulling you in multiple directions. Focus allows you to turn intention into action, ideas into results, and potential into performance. Without focus, effort becomes scattered, progress slows, and opportunities are lost. Focus begins with clarity of purpose. You must understand what is most important to you and why it matters. When your vision is clear, focus becomes natural because you can easily distinguish between what aligns with your goals and what distracts you from them. Clarity allows you to prioritize your time, energy, and resources, ensuring that every action you take moves you closer to your objectives. Without clarity, focus is difficult to maintain because competing priorities, uncertainties, and distractions pull you in different directions, diluting your effort and undermining progress. Focus is about discipline. It is easy to be busy without being productive, to fill your day with activity without making meaningful progress. Discipline allows you to create structure, set boundaries, and commit to the actions that matter most. It requires saying no to things that are tempting but irrelevant, resisting distractions, and maintaining attention on what will produce long-term results. Focus without discipline is fleeting, but discipline without focus is directionless. The combination of both ensures that your effort is not just consistent, but purposeful and effective. Maintaining focus requires self-awareness. You must recognize when your attention is drifting and take steps to redirect it. This means understanding your weaknesses, triggers, and tendencies that lead to distraction. It involves creating environments that support concentration, minimizing interruptions, and developing habits that reinforce sustained attention. Self-awareness also helps you identify the moments when mental fatigue or stress reduces your ability to focus so that you can rest, recharge, and return to your work with clarity and intensity. Focus is not a passive skill. It is actively cultivated through conscious effort and reflection. Focus also demands sacrifice. There will always be distractions, temptations, and alternative paths that seem easier or more enjoyable. Maintaining focus often requires giving up short-term pleasures or convenience in favor of long-term achievement. This could mean saying no to social activities, entertainment, or indulgence, and instead dedicating time to learning, practicing, or working toward your goals. Sacrifice is the price of focus, and those who embrace it understand that temporary discomfort is a small cost compared to the reward of achieving something significant. Focus is closely linked to consistency. Concentrating your efforts over time produces compounding results. Small, consistent actions applied with focus are more powerful than occasional bursts of effort. Consistency allows you to build momentum, develop skill, and achieve milestones that may seem impossible at first. Focus ensures that this consistency is directed toward the right objectives so that your energy is not wasted on trivial or irrelevant tasks. Together, focus and consistency create unstoppable progress toward your goals. Focus is also a tool for efficiency. When you are fully engaged in a task, your productivity increases because you are using your mental and physical resources optimally. Multitasking, on the other hand, divides attention and reduces the quality and speed of work. Those who master focus understand that attention is a finite resource and that investing it wisely produces greater results. Focus allows you to complete tasks more quickly, solve problems more effectively, and make better decisions, maximizing the impact of every effort. Focus requires the ability to manage distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Phones, social media, email, noise, and even well-meaning interruptions from others. Developing focus means creating strategies to limit these distractions. This could involve setting specific work times, turning off notifications, creating dedicated spaces for concentration, and establishing boundaries with others. The more effectively you can manage distractions, the more consistently you can maintain high levels of focus and produce meaningful results. Mental toughness is a critical component of focus. Staying concentrated on long-term goals often means enduring monotony, repetition, and challenges that test patience and commitment. It requires the ability to push through discomfort, resist boredom, and maintain attention when motivation wanes. Mental toughness ensures that your focus is not swayed by temporary setbacks or emotional fluctuations. Those who cultivate mental toughness are able to maintain a high level of concentration over extended periods, producing results that others cannot match. Focus is intimately connected with goal setting. Clearly defined goals provide direction and structure, making it easier to focus on what matters most. Goals break down your vision into actionable steps, allowing you to channel your attention and effort efficiently. Without goals, focus becomes scattered because there is no clear target. With well-defined goals, every action, decision, and effort is aligned with a larger purpose, enhancing productivity, minimizing wasted effort, and accelerating progress toward achievement. Focus also strengthens resilience. When you are concentrating on a meaningful objective, temporary failures, setbacks, or obstacles have less power to distract or discourage you. Focus helps maintain perspective, keeping your attention on the bigger picture rather than temporary difficulties. It allows you to learn from mistakes, adjust your strategies, and continue moving forward despite adversity. Resilience, combined with focus, creates the ability to persevere through challenges and achieve goals that may seem unattainable to others. Focus can also inspire creativity and problem solving. When your mind is fully engaged in a specific area or task, it can make connections, generate ideas, and identify solutions that would not be visible with divided attention. Deep focus allows for immersion, experimentation, and innovation, producing insights that come only from concentrated effort. Those who cultivate focus are able to think deeply, work strategically, and produce exceptional outcomes that set them apart from those who operate superficially or reactively. Focus is strengthened by habits. Consistent routines and disciplined practices make it easier to maintain attention over time. Habits reduce the cognitive load required for decision-making, allowing you to channel more mental energy into high-priority tasks. Developing habits such as planning your day, dedicating blocks of time to important work, and maintaining structured routines supports sustained focus. The more your habits align with your goals, the less energy is wasted on indecision or distraction, and the more effort is concentrated on meaningful progress. Focus also reinforces self-discipline. Concentrating on long-term objectives often requires resisting short-term impulses, staying committed despite discomfort, and consistently making choices that align with your vision. Self-discipline and focus are mutually reinforcing. Discipline helps maintain focus, and sustained focus strengthens discipline. Together, they create the ability to prioritize, persist, and achieve in ways that others who lack either skill cannot replicate. Focus is not just about attention. It is about energy management. Sustained concentration requires mental and physical stamina. Proper rest, nutrition, and self-care are essential to maintaining the clarity and intensity needed for focus. Ignoring these elements can lead to burnout, diminished performance, and decreased attention. Those who understand the connection between energy and focus ensure that they are physically and mentally prepared to perform at a high level consistently. Focus is therefore a holistic practice that combines attention, discipline, and self-care. Finally, focus is a mindset. It is the commitment to direct your energy toward what matters most, to eliminate distractions, and to consistently work toward your goals with intensity and persistence. Focus requires clarity, discipline, sacrifice, resilience, and mental toughness. It transforms effort into results, action into achievement, and potential into performance. Those who master focus are able to accomplish extraordinary things because their attention is concentrated on the right task. Their energy is aligned with their vision, and their actions are purposeful and intentional. Focus is the bridge between dreams and reality. Without it, ambition is scattered, effort is diluted, and potential remains unrealized. With focus, every action becomes deliberate. Every choice aligns with your vision, and every challenge becomes an opportunity to move closer to your goals. Focus allows you to rise above distraction, maintain consistency, and achieve at levels that others cannot reach. It is the essential skill that turns desire into accomplishment, ideas into results, and effort into excellence. Persistence is one of the most powerful forces in achieving success, yet it is often the most overlooked quality. Persistence is the ability to continue moving forward, to take action, and to maintain effort, even when faced with obstacles, failure, and setbacks. It is the unwavering determination to keep going when others quit, to push through adversity when the path seems impossible, and to refuse to accept failure as a permanent outcome. Persistence is not about luck, talent, or circumstance. It's about mindset, resilience, and commitment. Those who master persistence turn challenges into opportunities, difficulties into lessons, and potential into achievement. Persistence begins with belief. You must believe in your vision, your goals, and your capacity to succeed even when evidence in the moment suggests otherwise. Without belief, obstacles become insurmountable and setbacks feel permanent. Belief fuels action, and action builds momentum. When you persist, you reinforce your confidence in your ability to overcome difficulties and achieve results. This belief is not blind optimism. It is a deep, disciplined trust in your purpose, your effort, and the process of growth. Those who persist know that temporary failures are not the end. They are merely steps on the path to success. Persistence is closely linked to discipline. To persist, you must cultivate habits that support consistent effort even when motivation fades. Discipline, ensure, put in the work, and stay committed regardless of circumstances. So, it allows you to maintain focus, adhere to routine, and resist the temptation to quit when challenges arise. Persistence without discipline is sporadic and unsustainable, while discipline without persistence lacks the determination to overcome adversity. Together, they create the ability to move steadily toward your goals, no matter how difficult the journey becomes. Persistence requires resilience. Life is full of setbacks, failures, and unexpected obstacles. Those who succeed are not necessarily the most talented or the most fortunate. They are the ones who continue to try, adapt, and move forward despite difficulty. Resilience is the mental and emotional strength to recover from setbacks, learn from mistakes, and maintain focus on long-term objectives. Persistence transforms resilience into action. It is the mechanism through which recovery leads to progress. The persistent person does not let failure define them. They use it to refine their approach, strengthen their skills, and increase their determination. Persistence is also about adaptability. Continuing to push forward does not mean repeating the same actions without learning or adjustment. It requires analyzing what works, identifying what doesn't, and making necessary changes to improve results. Adaptability allows you to persist intelligently, ensuring that your effort is directed towards strategies that are effective. Those who combine persistence with adaptability are able to navigate complex challenges, seize new opportunities, and achieve outcomes that would be impossible with rigid or inflexible thinking. Another essential aspect of persistence is patience. Success rarely happens overnight. Achieving meaningful goals often requires sustained effort over extended periods. Patience allows you to maintain consistent action even when immediate results are not visible. It helps you trust the process, stay motivated, and continue working toward your objectives despite delays or frustrations. Persistence without patience can lead to burnout or hasty, unwise decision, while patience without persistence produces little progress. Together, they create a powerful combination that allows for steady, meaningful advancement toward long-term goals. Persistence also builds character. Every time you push through a difficult situation, you strengthen your mental toughness, your resilience, and your confidence. Facing challenges head-on, continuing despite discomfort, and refusing to quit fosters qualities such as courage, determination, and self-discipline. These qualities not only help you achieve specific goals, but also shape you into a stronger, more capable, and more resourceful person. The process of persisting through difficulty becomes as valuable as the outcome itself because it develops the inner strength needed for future challenges. Persistence creates momentum. Every small action, every step taken toward a goal compounds over time. When you persist, each effort builds on the previous one, gradually increasing your capacity, knowledge, and results. This momentum is powerful because it turns consistent effort into exponential growth. Those who give up early never experience this compounding effect, while those who persist create a trajectory that accelerates as they continue moving forward. Momentum generated through persistence makes challenges easier to overcome and progress more sustainable. Persistence also strengthens focus. To keep going when faced with obstacles requires a clear understanding of your goals and priorities. Focus ensures that your effort is directed toward meaningful objectives rather than being scattered or wasted. It allows you to ignore distractions, resist temptation, and stay committed to the actions that produce results. Persistence without focus can lead to wasted energy and frustration, while focus without persistence results in stalled progress. Together, persistence and focus create a powerful combination that drives continuous advancement toward your goals. Persistence teaches humility. The journey towards success is rarely smooth, and every challenge presents an opportunity to learn and grow. Those who persist understand they do not have all the answers, that mistakes are part of the process, and that continuous effort and improvement are necessary. This humility allows them to remain open to feedback, seek guidance, and refine their approach over time. It is the willingness to learn from failure, to accept constructive criticism, and to adjust strategies that makes persistent individuals capable of achieving lasting success. Persistence also inspires others. When people witness someone refusing to quit despite obstacles, it motivates them to elevate their own standard, take action, and persevere in their own pursuits. Persistence demonstrates commitment, resilience, and determination, qualities that are admired and emulated. Leaders, mentors, and role models who exhibit persistence create an environment of accountability and encouragement, inspiring others to overcome their own challenges and strive for excellence. Persistence is closely tied to vision. A clear vision provides the reason to keep going when obstacles arise, when motivation wanes, or when progress feels slow. Vision gives context to effort, helping you understand why persistence is necessary and what you are working toward. Without vision, persistence can feel aimless or exhausting, as there is no clear destination to justify the struggle. With vision, every act of persistence becomes purposeful, every challenge becomes meaningful, and every effort contributes to a larger, significant outcome. Persistence requires courage. Continuing to pursue a goal despite uncertainty, criticism, or repeated failure demands bravery. It is not easy to keep moving forward when success is not guaranteed, when the path is filled with challenges, and when the world may doubt or oppose you. Courage fuels persistence by allowing you to take risks, face discomfort, and remain committed to your objectives despite fear or doubt. Those who persist are willing to endure temporary difficulty for long-term achievement, demonstrating the kind of bravery that separates extraordinary performers from ordinary participants. Persistence is also about commitment to action. Ideas, dreams, and intentions are meaningless without follow-through. Persistent individuals transform their plans into consistent action, ensuring that their vision becomes reality, remaining a wish or aspiration. They understand that progress is created through effort, repetition, and the willingness to take steps even when conditions are not perfect. Persistence converts intention into results by bridging the gap between thought and execution, ensuring that effort translates into achievement. Persistence teaches resourcefulness. Challenges and obstacles often require creative solutions, problem solving, and adaptive strategies. Those who persist are forced to think critically, experiment, and find alternative approaches when initial attempts fail. Resourcefulness combined with persistence enhances the likelihood of success because it allows individuals to navigate complex situations, overcome limitations, and continue moving forward when others would give up. Persistence creates the conditions for growth, innovation, and achievement by demanding action, adaptation, and resilience. Persistence strengthens self-confidence. Every time you refuse to quit, every time you overcome a challenge, and every time you continue moving forward despite difficulty, you reinforce the belief in your abilities. This confidence grows cumulatively, empowering you to tackle even greater challenges in the future. Persistent individuals trust in their capacity to overcome obstacles, solve problems, and achieve their goals. This self-confidence fuels further persistence, creating a cycle of effort, achievement, and increased capability. Ultimately, persistence is the bridge between aspiration and accomplishment, transforms vision into reality, effort into results, and potential into achievement. Persistence is not passive endurance. It is active engagement, deliberate action, and unwavering determination. It requires resilience, patience, focus, courage, and adaptability. Those who master persistence achieve extraordinary results because they refuse to be deterred by temporary setbacks, failures, or difficulties. Persistence is the defining quality that separates those who dream from those who achieve. It turns obstacles into opportunities, failures into lessons, and effort into success. It is the consistent application of energy toward meaningful objectives, even when the journey is difficult or results are delayed. Those who embrace persistence understand that the path to greatness is rarely smooth, but that unwavering commitment, continuous effort, and refusal to quit create outcomes that are extraordinary, lasting, and transformative.